Live from the Convocation Center on the campus of the University of North Georgia in Dahlonega. Coverage of Nighthawk basketball is on the air. And welcome back again to Dahlonega. Game number 2 of our doubleheader as the men play host to Columbus State. The Nighthawks, under head coach Dan Evans, ranked number 6 in the nation. Winners of 6 in a row, taking on the Cougars that just snapped a five-game losing skid with a win on Wednesday versus Georgia Southwestern. The first time between these two teams this season, only 3 points separated the two.
Yeah, this is prototypical Peach Belt Conference basketball. Two teams that are just 2 hours apart from each other. Everybody vying for what they're vying for. We're vying for a conference championship, regional consideration, trying to get into a regional. Columbus State right in that pack, that massive pack in the middle that's vying for an upset. Everybody comes into this place when North Georgia is ranked 6th in the country, just a little hungrier than normal. And so they're going to be hungry. They're going to attack relentlessly. They're in pursuit of their own goals as well, which is appropriate seeding within the Peach Belt Conference tournament and making them part of the conversation here as we get to the tail part of February.
We mentioned the 5 losses in a row for Columbus State. 2 of them, though, came in overtime. 1, a quadruple overtime game against USC Beaufort, 123-118. Nighthawks will be starting A.J. White, Frank Champion, Greg Billups Jr., Eric Jones, and Caden Charles under head coach Dan Evans, assisted by Adam Blake and Ben Casanova. The Cougars of Columbus State starting Jarrett Adderton, Marquis Davidson, Cordell Brown, Roman Sun, and Jelani James under head coach Robert Moore. The Cougars 13-6, 6-3 in conference play. Nighthawks 19-2, 10-1, and first place in the Peach Belt Conference. Glad you've joined us. Teams on the floor. It'll be Mr. Jones in the jump circle for North Georgia. Ball in the air and the tip controlled, as is normally the case, by the Nighthawks. And we are underway. White, follow-away jumper, would not go. Rebound to the Cougars. First possession for Columbus State. Adderton gets it away. Shot clock at 15. Out front to Roman Sun. Sun in traffic off balance, and that's the first bucket of the ball game. Sun, just a junior from Atlanta. Phillips in traffic, has it knocked away. Transition, runaway slam. Oh, and hitting his face on the floor. Hung on the rim just a little too long. Jelani James.
I hope the young man's okay.
That was a shot. Champion. Double teamed. Back to AJ. Billups inside to Jones. Now Champion. Back to AJ. 3. Good. You look at AJ's numbers, and it's staggering how well he shoots the ball, not only from the floor but beyond the arc.
My man can spin it. I tell you what, I don't know how many different defenses North Georgia can see. They're hard to guard just because of their offensive talent. And but we see triangle and 2, we see box and 1. Now we're seeing a 1-3-1 from the half court area.
Caden Charles off to the races. The pass to Jones, who hit the floor hard. Just to finish that thought, A.J. White has now taken 101 three-point shots this season. How many has he hit?
43.
50.
Holy cow.
That was his 50th three-pointer of the year.
Wow.
Shooting just shy of 50% from 3.
That could have counted for 4.
Easily. First one no good for Eric at the line. Senior from Kansas City. And the second one will not go either, and it stays 4-3. Just underway here in Dahlonega. Ball in the hands of Adderton. And that'll be a foul out front on Billups.
Greg doesn't foul on the ball very often. Such a good perimeter defender.
Yep. Roman Sun inbounds to Davidson. Now Sun guarded by White. Away to Adderton. Back to Sun. Three left side way off the mark. But an offensive rebound on the high Karam. Nice defense by the Nighthawks, but a three will go for Jelani James. 41% beyond the arc on the year for James.
Yeah, super wide, an athletic player, can also shoot it, can slash it. It's going to be a tough guard for us.
Champion gets it to Billups, down low, intended for Jones. Intercepted and heading the other way are the Cougars. Another three will go. And this time, Marquise Davison, and it's 10-3. Cougars out of the blocks early. Lob back to Charles in the corner. It goes to Billups, back to Caden, bounce pass, and Mr. Jones lays it in.
I wonder if the 1-3-1 is something that we had seen on tape from them or saw the first go around, but it seems like it's just taken us just a minute to find the space to be in and to be able to get the basketball to change sides of the floor. What the 1-3-1. Frank's laughing. He's such a charismatic player. He's not laughing in a sense that like aggressive. He's having fun.
He's having absolute fun.
Back to my point, the 1-3-1 wants passes that have air underneath them. They don't want direct passes, and where Columbus State's doing a good job of getting right in our passing lanes.
That was the 29th block of the season for Champion, and then he turns around and draws the charge by Cordell Brown.
Now they're gonna
Champion out front. AJ, yep, just a little shy from White. 10-5, Columbus State on top with the ball out of bounds. And it stays Cougar ball, but a timeout on the floor. 15:54 to go in the first half. Columbus State 10, North Georgia 5 on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Clear. Back to action, the block, but then a follow. And Brown makes it 12-5. Equaling the largest lead of the day for Columbus State. That one off the mark. The follow wouldn't go either. Cougars with the early advantage and more fuel on the fire.
Don't see that play very often. What happened on the other end where it was a block of a putback.
Yeah. AJ fakes the three. The lob develops. Alley-oop. And that one did not come off as planned. Giancarlo Bastianoni, Case Roach checking in, as is Chase Champion. Inside 15 minutes on the clock, first half. Nighthawks down 10 early. Ball free. Shot clock at 10. Out front, straightaway three, good. And boy, the Cougars are hitting on all cylinders beyond the arc. Timeout taken by Coach Evans with 14:27 to go in the first half. 30-second timeout, and we will keep it right here. Obviously, the offense has yet to find a flow for the Nighthawks. But goodness, the Cougars are making it tough.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword here defensively for us. They're throwing different things at us. Not every possession. This 1-3-1 extended is really taking away our passing. We like the basketball to change sides of the floor, and then we like to attack inside ball screen. But we've seen a lot of different defenses over the course of the first 22 games of the year. I think you just got to be patient and give us a little bit of time until we can get the people in the right spots. But once we can finally connect some passes and get the basketball moving, that's one thing. The other thing is Columbus State is shooting lights out from behind the three-point line here early.
Yep.
Normally that doesn't sustain over 40 minutes, so we'll see when that tipping point comes.
AJ away to Giancarlo, shot clock at 10. Now Chase Champion drives underneath, tried to get it to Jones, but knocked away. Cougars by 13 with the ball, 13:50 to go, first half. Wisdom Udo in the ball game. In traffic, that one will go for Adderton. And it is a 15-point deficit.
Been a long time since we've had a team race out of the gates like this on us.
Oh, goodness, and a turnover. And I'm telling you, the Nighthawks need to find a Band-Aid in a hurry. 22-5.
I mean, Adderton at the top of this 1-3-1 is he's like three players wide.
Case had a good look, and it was just in and out. Champion back in. Jones a breather. AJ gets a breather. Sutton Smith in the ball game. Caleb Bird, transfer from Eastern Florida State College, checking in. Smith gets it into Roach. Bastianoni will leave it for Chase Champion. Chase back to Giancarlo at the elbow. Roach tries a three. This one will go. A much-needed end to a 12-0 run.
Exactly what the doctor needed, ordered right there.
And a near turnover. Boy, that was a great effort to save it by Bird. 7 to shoot. Jerome, and it's taken away. Roach in traffic to Smith. Sutton zips it over to Giancarlo in the corner to Chase Champion for 3. No good.
Good hands by Chase on the last defensive possession to get that poke away.
Drive by Bird and a foul. That'll go on Case. Stops the clock with 12:05 left first half. Bird at the line, 77% shooter on the season. It's the first. Has only played in 10 games this season. Caden Charles back in. Bird got them both, and it's 24-8. Smith with the ball. Now Charles near side. Bounce pass to Bastianoni. Top of the key. Smith to Champion. Backs in. Has room. Puts it up and scores. That's about the first time he's touched the ball.
Yeah, and said that he's going to, unless you come double team me right now, I'm going to play one-on-one here. Great little ball fake to get the space to stick it in. And we're down 14 now.
In the corner, a 3 from Bird, in and out and back in. "17-point lead for Columbus State, 11:05 to go, first half. Charles back to Champion. Frank turns, lost his footing and traveled. And a timeout on the floor, 10:58 to go, first half. Columbus State 27, North Georgia 10 on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
Considering a career change? Ready to lead in healthcare? Be a nurse in 15 months with our accelerated Bachelor's of Nursing track. Learn more at ung.edu/ABSN.
A red-hot start by Columbus State has them on top by 17. And just less than 11 minutes to go, first half. Bird away to Ubo. It's the first game that Wisdom Ubo has not started all year long. Bird in traffic blocked. They're going to call a jump on that. And it will stay Columbus State ball. Travel by Jelani James, the senior from Sugar Hill.
All right. Lanier or North Gwinnett, probably.
Yeah, and you know, I only put the fact that he transferred from Georgia Tech, so I would have to look. I would have to look.
We need to, and that is the way Coach Evans is going to lay it out, but we got to kind of reset this game to it's a 10-minute segment.
Right.
So we've got just over 10 minutes to go in the second half. We're not worried about the score right now. We're worried about winning this segment of 10 minutes by more than one possession. Win it by 2 possessions. Win it by 4 possessions. And get it down to potentially single digits.
A reasonable
something
number.
that's respectable, but it's going to take a little bit of patience, and we just got to be patient to find a way to become comfortable and get the basketball moving against this really extended and wide zone defense.
1 of 2 for Caden. 3 the left side, no good. Rebound, Bastianoni. Out it comes to White. On the move, AJ drives, shoots, and scores!
Kind of a couple possessions ago, Frank said, I'm not going to pass this. I'm just going to go get us some offense.
Right.
I think AJ took a bite of that salad bar.
Get a load of this. 27-13.
A little change of pace defense for us. We're playing a 3-2 now. Zone.
And another 3 from James. And the hot shooting beyond the arc continues. 30-13. Nothing doing that time for the Nighthawks. 3 right side, no good, tipped out. They'll get another crack at it.
That's a high IQ play.
James missing 3, but an offensive putback will go. And Davison from Vallejo, California, makes it 32-13. Bounce pass, and Giancarlo slams it home.
Frank was able to get into the interior of the defense there, and he's such a world-class passer.
We're about to see a young man back on the court for the first time in a long time. At the next opportunity, Hunter Shedenhelm. Sutton Smith to Caden Charles, down the lane, twisting, turning, but that one wouldn't go. Drive and the bucket. And it's 34-15. Champion backs in through traffic, no good, but a foul will send him to the line. And a trio of Nighthawks will wait until after the official timeout to check in. 7:46 to play first half. It's all Columbus State so far. 34-15. Back in a moment on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Northeast Georgia Health System is a proud supporter of North Georgia Nighthawk Athletics.
The deficit for North Georgia is 19. 34-15 your score, 7:46 here in the first half on an overcast winter afternoon in Dahlonega. And back on the court, Hunter Shedenhelm. Played a couple of games to start the season and went out with injury. Nice to see the young man back in uniform.
Definitely glad to have him back. Upperclassman leadership. Part of a team that obviously made an NCAA tournament. Got a win last year in the tournament. Starter on that team, so I don't expect him to come in and score 15 points in the next 10 minutes,
right.
But just kind of a calming sense about him.
Jumper, no good. Rebound, Jones. Outlet comes to A.J. White on the right side, turns, nearly loses his footing. Away to Jones. Billups now to Colin Turner in the game. Shedenhelm. Shot clock at 12. Turner to Billups. Underneath in traffic. Loops it out to A.J. with 2 to shoot. Puts it up off balance. That was really just a desperation shot with no time left to work with. Columbus State up 34-17. Ball knocked away, scramble for it, Billups. And they're going to call it a jump, and it will go to Columbus State.
Be a turnover here.
.6:39 to go, first half. Billups feeds Turner, knocked away, fouled from behind by Ubo.
So their 1-3-1 is not quite as formidable when Adderton is not on the top of it.
Right.
He's not in the game right now. And we were able to get really good positioning, get guys right in the spot we want them to be. Had to match up against Big C, against the bottom of their, so it's
right.
There's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel there.
Right.
Well, we kind of understand what we need to do, and we're starting to get a little bit better understanding of it.
Fouling Joshua Jerome, senior from Miami and Walters State. And 3 coming now for A.J.
I think they got him as a long 2. I'm not sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Here's 1. Roman Sun back in for the Cougars. And Joshua Jerome takes a seat. And got it. On the season, A.J. 85% at the line. .6:16 to go, first half. Ball knocked away, and it is North Georgia ball. Nope, take it back. It's going to be the second on Billups.
So Greg kind of reached in, knocked it away. Guess he's going to get charged with getting a hold of the arm as well.
First one no good from Brown. Second one, also no good. Rebound by Caden. 6:06 to go until half. What can we do in those 6 minutes?
We lost the first 10 minutes. bad. We just got to win the second 10 minutes.
Feed to Turner, hook shot up, wouldn't go, tipped by Jones, but Columbus comes out of there with it. Ball knocks free, shot up, no good. Rebound Shedenhelm. The feed to Turner, goes up for the slam and is fouled.
Came out of his shoe.
Boy, he did. Foul given to Roman Sun.
Hard foul, but a good foul.
Yeah.
I think that a pitch ahead dunk by Big C there. Good number of good crowd in the building for a messy Saturday afternoon, but I think a big thunder dunk by Big C to cut it back to 13, let's say, would make him make the free throws. So I think it's a good foul there by Sun.
1 of 2 for Collin. And it stays 34-20. 1 of 2 for Turner. 5:25 to go until the half. Ball in the hands of Udo, no good. Rebound AJ. Here come the Nighthawks trying to get it to within a dozen. Charles back to AJ. Lob over the top to Jones, through his hands and into the hands of the Cougars. And a bucket at the other end. So that breaks a 5-0 run by the Nighthawks. 4:41 to go until the half. AJ, the feed to Jones on the baseline, right side. Lob, oh goodness, and nearly stolen. AJ gets it in traffic, up and in.
Lucky break there by North Georgia.
The largest deficit was 19. It's currently 14. Down the lane, ball swatted away by Turner. Champion and Bastianoni back in. Nice round of applause for Turner and Jones. A long NBA three, in and out, no good. Giancarlo gets it to Frank. Champion backs his way back in. Giancarlo out front, feeds Caden in the lane. That one blocked. Tight defense inside by Columbus State this afternoon.
Yeah, the Cougars are doing a great job of just challenging at the rim and turning shots away that have been little bunny shots for us first part of the year. So, although I think that we're haven't got it solved quite yet, at least I feel like Columbus State has settled in a touch.
Agreed. 3:38 to go first half. It's Columbus State 36, North Georgia 22. Back in a moment on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Columbus State owns a 36-22 advantage, 3:38 to go first half. Craig Corbin, Lee Glenn, the Nighthawk Sports Network staff here. Baseline jumper, no good. Rebound to AJ. Here come the Nighthawks, looking to get a little bit closer. Caden Charles in the corner, goes baseline underneath, wouldn't fall. Well, that was a nice move. .303 to go until half. I thought that might have been travel.
Wow. Tough finish. I thought he'd got up under the rim, but changed of direction, then used his left hand to spin it in.
AJ, a lot of contact out front and a foul. Oh my, it can't be me. Roman Son, I don't know why he hit the floor.
I thought he did a good job of anticipating where he was going to go based on where the ball screen came from, but there just can't be that much contact against the ball handler without there being a foul.
Guilford in for the Cougars. White at the line. Ninth point of the day for AJ. And with that, more than halfway to his season's average of 18 plus points a game.
Looks like we've pushed it back to 14 a couple times,
Yep.
but tough time getting it over that. Let's maybe string up some stops.
17-foot jumper is shy. Giancarlo the rebound.
There's one.
Yep. 2:22 to go here in the first half. Giancarlo launches from 13 feet and it's good. It's an 11-4 run by the Nighthawks. 38-26. 2:02 till the half. Guilford guarded by Roach. Oh, and the block given to Case.
Yeah, definitely a block there. Case knew that he was in a little bit of a not ideal matchup.
Yeah. Wisdom, Ubo, guarded by Smith, works the right side, nothing there. Three, left side, air ball out of bounds off the fingertips of Marquise Davison, the transfer from Midwestern State University. I am not familiar with the location of Midwestern State University.
D2 in Texas would be my, be my guess.
Can the Nighthawks get it to 10? AJ says, yes, we can.
And Caden says,
oh! Smith, AJ in the lane, wouldn't fall. Goodness gracious. Oh.
Caden's been kind of peeking back on those inbounds passes for a while now. Glad to see him finally get him one.
Nighthawks have just about cut the deficit in half. Chance to get it single digits. Lead pass to Caden Charles. And they're going to call it before the shot.
Gonna be shots anyway.
Caden's right at home at the foul line. Second on Ubo. Chase Champion in for AJ, who has 13 first half points. And the lead is only 9 for Columbus State.
Largest lead was 19.
19,
North
yep.
Georgia has not led. The game's not been tied.
Nope.
So we just got to continue. We get at least one more offensive possession.
The 30-second timeout will keep it.
And this final 43 seconds is critical.
Yep.
Like a bucket from them gets it back to double figures, and then it's like moral defeat.
Right.
Whereas I think if we could get a stop and maybe steal one more point or two, get that over to trending back in our direction. It doesn't matter who's winning at halftime.
Right.
It's who's got the momentum sitting in there for 15 minutes talking about it.
And right now, would you agree that Columbus State, having had that 19-point advantage, that has now shrunk to 8?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if they think that the three-point basket continues to be fool's gold.
Right.
I mean, they started the game shooting 5 of 7, 71%. Now they're down to 6 of 16, 37%. So are they going to keep chucking the 3 up and giving us transition back to our rim or not? But that'll be told in the second half. They know what shot they're trying to get here.
Jaden Hall from Honolulu, Hawaii with the ball. Shot clock at 7, 6, 5, 4. Hall drives, shoots, and goodness gracious, puts it in. 10 seconds to go, first half.
It sure was a lot of dribbling.
Goodness. Caden Charles in traffic puts it up, no good. And it is going to be, they'll have a split second. I'm not sure if they're going to put any. I'm not sure there's going to be any time put back on it, so that's the first half. 10-point deficit for the Nighthawks. Half of what it was virtually, but still down by 10. Your thoughts about what we're going to see in the second half?
Never felt happier to be down 10, to be honest with you. I'll take it.
Right.
I know that we're not an explosive offensive team. Like, we don't make threes in bunches.
Right.
So we're going to come out here and have to impose our will. We've got to get the basketball moving against any sort of a zone defense, and we've got to continue to defend. I think after the first wave of offensive points from Columbus State, we defended much better in the second half of the first half. We got to just settle down. All right, we just got to settle down. Trust that we do what we do, come out, and then we won that second 10 that we talked about. We won it. Now what's going to be critical is to just regroup.
Right.
Come out, and until the first media timeout, we have to win that segment.
Yep. Nighthawks outscored the Cougars 15-6 down the stretch. They trail by 10, but to your point, it looks a whole lot better now than it did about 10 minutes ago.
There's no doubt. Got a long way to go.
We'll take a timeout. Back with the second half right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Northeast Georgia Health System is a proud supporter of North Georgia Nighthawk Athletics.
Here in Dahlonega, we treasure our history.
We treasure our waterfalls.
We treasure our wine.
But most of all, we treasure our guests.
We are a family.
We treasure our community.
And we're an experience for you to discover.
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 The heart of the Georgia mountains.
The heart of the Georgia mountains.
Discover the heart of the Georgia mountains.
The mountains are open.
My name is Lana Titterina, and UNG is where I lead. I chose UNG because of the tennis program and how much the tennis program has achieved in the past. And I wanted to be a part of building a good team. But also the campus is very beautiful, the location. It has the new business building that I really like, and when I did my research, I really liked Dahlonega in Georgia. So one of the biggest challenges that I faced was coming here and not knowing anyone. I didn't know how the culture was and how to really approach people. And being new and not knowing anyone can be tough in the beginning. So you have to really put yourself out there and make connections, talk to people. So that's where I feel like I've grown a lot, and I've gotten to know a lot of people here, and that has helped my experience. My advice for international students would be just go for it. It may be tough in the beginning, but it's all going to be worth it at the end. You're going to meet amazing people. It's really fun, and you get a very good degree.
I'm here!
You've got a lot of reasons to be here.
I'm here.
That's why we're here at Georgia Heart Institute, where advanced heart attack treatment protocols are saving more hearts than anywhere else in the state. That's why we're here.
I'm here.
So you'll always be there. The future of heart care, we're leading Georgia there. Georgia Heart Institute.
From the moment you know where you are headed, it starts a journey that you will never forget. For those who seek a higher calling, to serve something bigger than themselves and take the path less traveled, UNG awaits to prepare you for your leadership pathway. Once you're here, you will be challenged and developed, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Freshman Recruit Orientation Group, or Frog Week, is the first step of the UNG journey. The commitment, the attitude, the effort, and the resilience take shape as you move forward on the pathway that most will never attempt.
Y'all got 2 minutes to change into OCPs. Time now. Let's go. Move it. Move it.
It is a process that teaches you about yourself and makes you better than you were yesterday. At times, it can be a struggle, but it's also an investment in yourself. Like life, it can create moments of doubt. You learn about yourself and your strengths and weaknesses. You share this journey with the men and women to your left and right, establishing lifelong bonds with the understanding that nothing worth having ever comes easy. But through adversity, you build strength, determination, and the desire to never quit. Frog Week will establish a foundation to build upon, strengthen you physically and mentally, and start shaping you into the leader you came here to be. For cadets at the University of North Georgia, they take the road less traveled, avoid taking the easy way out, and develop instrumental values that will prepare them for a life of service and leadership. Some people talk about it, others are about it.
You can't really get an idea of how another country runs their military till you go abroad.
It was cool to see their outlook on just life in general. To be there as a global ambassador is definitely a life-changing experience.
I participated in the Management College National Defense University Cadet Exchange. That is located in Taipei, Taiwan.
So I participated in study abroad internship in country of Georgia. The program I participated in was the Swiss Summer Mountaineering course. The experience was extremely professional. There were people from different militaries across the world. I was training with soldiers that were once our adversaries. It's fun to notice the importance of diplomatic relations and also civil affairs through the military.
The host school was always really going out of their way to help us get the full cultural experience because we were, in their eyes, only going to be there for 5 months.
They drove us out and we hiked to a glacier. That was unique, especially coming from Tennessee. There's no ice walls to climb. Their native language of Georgian was very difficult. However, at the end, I gave a little speech in Georgian, thanking their academy. It was an eye-opening experience. One thing I learned in Switzerland was to try and enjoy everything that you're doing, no matter how challenging it is.
Being able to see the country of your target language in person and really living day to day can move your passion to continue learning the language that much further.
All the conferences, all the internship, and all the exchange programs will help you as you develop, not just as a soldier, but also as a person. I think everybody in the Corps should study abroad because it will develop them so much.
If you have a free semester, it's the perfect time to explore a country. There's really not much holding you back in terms of whether or not you should go. It's a great experience.
I got an extremely valuable training and just an overall incredible life experience that I wouldn't have gotten going to any other school. And it was the opportunity of a lifetime.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
All right, Joyride Beads. I hear if you run long enough, you get something called a runner's high, which sounds like something I really enjoy. Let's do this. Okay, so far so good. Mama Lake? What? Still no high, though. Hi. Hey. Oh, my God. There it was. My first runner's high. Well, better quit while I'm ahead.
Back here courtside, Craig Corbin, Lee Glenn, the Nighthawk Sports Network staff. And what was a 19-point deficit is now only 10. So much better than it was when it was 34-15. Still a lot of work to be done, but as you were mentioning before the end of the first half, things are a lot brighter right now than they were early in the game.
Yeah, we just got to take a deep breath and settle in. You know, I think that when you're a top 10 team in the country, you are going to get everybody's best punch.
Right.
Especially when they are in your building. You know, so anytime I think in life when there's a decisive underdog, that underdog always plays with just a different sense of kind of being.
Right.
And Columbus State has shown up today with a nice plan. You know, teams have a tough time guarding us when we're in our rhythm, when the rhythm of our offense. They've shown an extended zone defense that has kind of taken us out of our wits a little bit. We started to figure it out late into the quarter, and then they played some man to finish, made a flurry of threes to start the game, and then settled in. I mean, they're only shooting now from three 6 of 16.
Right.
And they've made
5 of
7, so that means they are 1 of 9 since. We knew that was coming. We didn't know that was coming. It was mathematically probable that it was coming.
You felt it was going to
That's right. So now we've given up 40 points and a half.
Right.
That is what's atypical to North Georgia.
Right.
And so what we got to do is just continue to, or get back into manufacturing stops. And And so let's manufacture some stops right here early in the first part of the second half. But offensively, what we're going to have to do is find a way, whether the Cougars are playing us man, whether they're showing an extended zone, or whatever they decide to do. North Georgia is really good when we get the basketball moving, when we can make it change sides of the floor and make the help responsibilities change midway through the defensive possession. If you can stack in and just hold your defense, our action is not very good. But when you've got to change sides, when the ball changes sides of the floor and the defender has to go from help to on the ball, back to help, and that's what zone eliminates. Zone just lets them stack in and play a position and bunker down or hunker down. So if we're going to see zone, number one, we got to find a way to get the ball moving, find a way to puncture the zone, get the basketball to the interior of it, and or even better yet, get stops that trigger offensive transition. You can't sprint back to a zone. And so it's all going to revolve in the first 4-minute media timeout break here about us being able to just man up, straight up, not have to play any zone, which we've played very little of, and manufacture defensive stops.
Taking a look at the first half box score, the Cougars out rebounding the Nighthawks 21-15. The only Nighthawk in double figures, AJ with 13 first half points. Nobody else with more than 4. Frank and Giancarlo are those gentlemen. Adderton with 10 to lead Columbus State. Teams are back out there. We'll see what the final 20 minutes will bring. And we are underway. Boy, Caden Charles nearly sneaking in there for a steal right off the bat. First possession of the second half.
I bet you Coach Evans has employed Caden Charles to go back to doing what he does well.
Right.
And that is just locking people down.
The feed inside intended for Jones, knocked away, so an empty first possession by the Nighthawks here in the second half. Inside, ball up, and a foul called in the paint. James at the line. This one no good on the season. A 52% shooter.
And I misspoke earlier in the game. I said that it's Adderton that's so disruptive at the top of their defense. It's actually Mr. Jones. He had the steal and thunder dunk where he landed on his chest.
Right.
Earlier he just made a couple threes. I believe he did, yeah. Made 2 threes in the first half.
Caden looking to get it in, zips it to Jones, who hands it to AJ. Champion. Feed to Frank on the block, backs in, shot up, and a travel call. Billups back in the lineup. A minute gone here in the second half. 41-30. And on the sideline, and that turns it over.
Although we haven't cut into the lead yet, there seems to be a little bit of a defensive intensity uptick.
Right.
Forced a couple of turnovers, high on-ball pressure.
Billups to Jones, or back to Gregg. Now Frank with 10 to shoot. Straight away, Billups again feeds Champion. Boy, he was fouled. And quite honestly, he was fouled before the shot.
I don't know how Greg's pass got to him. It was odd angle that had spin to it.
Yeah.
Normally you want to take a couple power dribbles over towards our bench and directly insert that with a bounce pass, but I guess the shot clock was getting pretty short, so we needed to get it to him quicker. They are not sending an extra player until Frank has activated his move on the rim. And so getting them the ball down there should not be a problem. It's then what do we do with it after that? Hey, we got it to 9, piece by piece, right?
We'll take it. 41-32. James away. Shot clock at 8. Inside underneath, no good, loose ball. Frank's got it. Long lead pass for Caden Charles. Alley-oop, too much for Mr. Jones. In traffic, that one no good. Offensive rebound and the putback. And Davison makes it 43-32. Caden Charles in the corner, three-pointer, a little bit shy. You get the feeling that the Nighthawks are just a basket or two away from getting a little bit of offensive mojo.
Yeah, I agree.
Foul on AJ. Giancarlo Bastianoni along with Chase Champion in the ball game. Resetting the clock. So the game clock was reset. Now the shot clock has been reset. Now here we go. Cougars by 11 with the ball. Corner three up, no good. Offensive rebound, and I missed a point blank shot by Davison.
You got lucky there.
Woo! AJ right side, double team, loses the handle, gets it back. Around to Giancarlo, over to Billups. Greg left side, works his way free. Foul call. It's going to go on James. And that is 4 on Mr. James. Early second half. Billups, that one no good. James is out.
I like the women's game in terms of numbers, high free throw percentage, high free throw attempts for us. Can't really string together basket.
Odd similarity.
Yeah.
1 of 2 for Greg.
Maybe there's a flurry of a blitz of run coming. Maybe we'll start, maybe the men will start theirs a little sooner than the women did.
I'm hoping. 10-point ball game. 16 to go. Roman Sun away. Three-pointer left side, in and out, no good. AJ off balance, no good. That was just a tough one all the way around. 15:55 to go. Shot clock at 15. Floater no good. And they come up with it again. Straight away is Jerome. And time on the floor, 15:32 to go. And we'll take a break. It's Columbus State by 10. Back in a moment on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
I'm here! You've got a lot of reasons to be here. That's why we're here at Georgia Heart Institute, where advanced heart attack treatments save more hearts than anywhere in Georgia.
My baby girl is home!
Georgia Heart Institute.
All right, Joyride Beads. I hear if you run long enough, you get something called a runner's high, which sounds like something I'd really enjoy. Let's do this. Okay, so far so good. Mama Lake? What? Still no high, though. Hi. Hey. Oh, my God. There it was. My first runner's high. Well, better quit while I'm ahead. God, I'm good.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Back courtside, teams coming back on the floor. Columbus State hanging on to a 10-point advantage. The Nighthawks have accumulated only 3 points thus far in the 4.5 minutes played in the second half. In traffic, turnaround jumper will go for Joshua Jerome, the senior from Miami. AJ back to Caden, over it goes to Chase. Lots of looping passes. Alley-oop, off the mark. Three-pointer, no good. AJ comes out of there. Blazing through traffic, up, blocked. Cougars heading the other way. And a transition bucket pushes the lead back to 14.
1-3-1 again. They've now got Jerome at the top of it with James in foul trouble, but it's been equally effective of keeping us out of rhythm.
Caden for three, good. (47-36), 14-12 to go. Timeout taken. And it is a full, and we will take it as well. It's 47-33, or 47-36. Back in a moment. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
They're reviewing.
Northeast Georgia Health System is a proud supporter of North Georgia Nighthawk Athletics.
Back we are. Craig Corbin, Lee Glenn, the Nighthawk Sports Network team. Nighthawks have a little work to do here. Down, it's going to be a 2-pointer instead of a 3. I had given the benefit of the doubt to Caden Charles on that, but it's been ruled a 2-point field goal. The Cougars by 12. Baseline jumper, no good, but an offensive board over the top. A foul on the perimeter is going to negate that.
I didn't see it.
I didn't either.
There's not much arguing to go around afterwards, so maybe there was a foul, but fortunate for North Georgia there because it looks like, I'm not sure who, perhaps, was it?
It was given to Ubo.
Right, well, either Jerome or Brown had gone over the top and gotten an offensive rebound.
Giancarlo, beautiful mid-range jumper there, makes it a 10-point ball game. 47-37, 13-37 to go. And Ubo was trying to get the ball to Joshua Jerome and had his back turned, went out of bounds.
Won't get credit with anything, but Case Roach there was really good out on ball defense. Showed really hard on the hedge on the ball screen, got his hands up and forced the odd angle of the pass. So won't get credited with anything, but that was textbook post defense.
Champion.
And speaking about textbook, that's textbook post offense right there. If you're not going to send a second player at him that late when he dribbles that much, then you're going to get scored on more than he misses.
That's the first bucket of the second half for Frank. Corner 3 at the other end, no good. Tipped, and into the hands of Billups. Can the Nighthawks get something going?
Good segment here from Case Roach. That was another time right there where he was in the right spot defensively.
Champion!
Frank Champion putting people in the washing machine. He's so wide when he gets spinning like that. It's too much ground to cover. If you're not in the gap early, then he's gonna. His spin move and his ability to pivot makes him dang near unguardable.
Timeout on the floor. We're going to keep it right here. The lead for Columbus State has shrunken to 6. They led by 19 at 34-15, led by 10 at the half. Well, now they're going to call it a full. Well, we'll keep it here anyway.
Yeah, it's first called timeout of the second half.
There you go.
Yeah. Every media rights agreement has different timeouts.
So it does become a full. We'll keep it right here.
And I think that will. I'm not sure, but I do think that first dead ball after 30 seconds of play is going to be another full timeout. So
that'll be the under 12.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if you see anything kind of quirky right here, knowing that it could be a potential short run.
Right.
I don't know if we'll throw a junk defense at them. We're not the junk defense kind of team. We're the team that just likes to say, this is who we are. We're going to guard you really well. And the defensive stops have been what has kind of triggered our offensive comeback. But I'll tell you that I think there's been a couple of opportunities, a couple of situations where Columbus State has been nearly close to offensive rebounding, and they've been at the glass, misses, and then ball gets tipped around 3 or 4 times before we gather it. There's not been many clean guard, defend, miss, rebound, go. And I think that we just got to make sure, and it's never been the case, but that we're not being outplayed in the 8-foot directly under the rim.
Cougars have it. Up by only 6 now. Can the Nighthawks sustain this run? And that one breaks the 8-0 push. A 3-pointer for Davison. (50-41). Roach Gets it back to Billups. Inside 12 minutes we go. AJ in the corner, baseline jumper, short. Giancarlo got a hand on it and was fouled by Jerome.
That was a good job by Giancarlo there when the shot went up. AJ is a pull-up expert, but pull-up, mid-range baseline, arguably the toughest shot in the game. He did a great job of sprinting to the rim, expecting a miss.
So the Cougars get it back. Clock rolls, 11:45 and counting. Ubo guarded by White. Down the lane, the shot no good. Foul called on Champion. Second personal on Frank. And that will send Cordell Brown to the line. 57% on the season. Junior from Orlando by way of Santa Fe College.
Santa Fe College used to be Santa Fe Community College, located right there on I-75 in Gainesville, Florida, in the shadows of the University of Florida.
There you go. And among the many coaches who have been there over the years,
Monty,
the great Monty Tao.
Yeah.
And a turnover. 11:11 to go. Down by 10 are the Nighthawks. The number 6 team in the land has work to do to avoid their second conference loss. Jumper inside, nestles in.
Nice use of the footwork there. Of the pivot by Adderton. Good drive, playing off two.
Billups winds up taking the shot. Couldn't find anybody to pass it to. And after cutting it to 6, as Sutton Smith checks in, as does Shedenhelm, and as does Jones check back in, it has ballooned back to a 12-point game. Caden Charles back in there, giving a breather to Billups. So you got Bastianoni, Jones, Smith, Charles, and Shedenhelm on the floor. .10 to go, 12-point ball game with Columbus State on top, as they have been since the get-go. Turnaround jumper by Jerome, no good. Rebound tipped by Giancarlo to Caden. In the corner, Shedenhelm. Drive, shoots, and gets the roll.
That's a tough shot there. I thought he was going to use the glass. I thought he was going to shoot the catch and shoot three on
Yep.
But then shot fake and drove, and nice soft touch there.
Fall-away jumper good for Marquise Davison. Davison now with 14. That's better than his season's average of 10 a game. Hunter picks up his dribble away to Sutton. Caden Charles in traffic, good.
Nearly the same play there with Hunter, but Hunter, I think Caden went through a little bit more contact, and had done a good job of playing off 2 feet, which organized his control and able to absorb the contact and shoot and hit the bank.
Missed shot by Adderton. Nighthawks a chance to make it again. Single-digit ball game. 8:38 to go. Giancarlo takes it from 17 and good.
Third 17-foot pull-up by Giancarlo tonight.
Yep.
Not the first one has touched the orange yet.
Down the lane, Ubo. Three-pointer well short. Charles the rebound. Hunter. Out to Sutton. Bounce past Giancarlo, lost the handle. Tight defense in the paint all day long. And a missed lay-in. Goodness gracious.
I thought he was going to dunk it.
I thought so too. Hunter Shedenhelm for 3.
Welcome back, Hunter.
And this is as close as the Nighthawks have been since they trailed 10-3. Blocked by Jones. Here we go. Caden Charles, contact and a block. 7:08 to play.
Eric Jones, not afraid to meet you at the rim.
That for Mr. Jones, block number 41 on the season. Time out of the floor, 7:08 to go. It's Columbus State 55, North Georgia 50. Back in a moment on the Nighthawk Sports Network. I misspoke a moment ago. I said this was as close as the Nighthawks have been since it was 10-3. It was actually 10-5 that equaled that 5-point deficit. Can they keep that momentum going and slice even further into the Cougar advantage? Caden Charles set to try to do just that. First one good. 55-51. Got it. Caden Charles, 9 points. And it's a 3-point ball game. And you can feel a little energy from this crowd here today. And a turnover. Oh, yeah. .6:49 to go. A chance to pull within one or tie it with a 3.
There's the 1-3-1, and Mr. James is back at the top of it. Gonna have to dribble into the gaps to puncture it because you cannot pass around him.
Shedenhelm zips it over. Caden Charles for the tie, a little shy. Just shy. .6:16 to go. Ball knocked free. Nighthawks have it. Sutton Smith zips it to Shedenhelm, to Giancarlo. Now Caden goes baseline, drives, shoots, score! Oh no! I thought it was in. Over to Giancarlo for the tie. It's up. It is no good.
Trying too hard. It doesn't have to come. We don't make a three. Just keep letting the game come to you as it's been played.
Right.
That's
and a travel. And now back in come Champion, Billups, and White. A nice, lengthy respite on the bench for those guys.
That's big time segment right there for Caden Charles, Giancarlo. Sutton Smith right there did a great job of doing their job.
The feed to Champion, back to AJ. Through traffic, open, Billups, three, near side, yes, we're tied!
So we figured it out when the big man's up at the top and James is not passing over the top of him. We've got to dribble into that gap and then get 2 feet in the paint.
We have not been tied since the game tipped off. 5:05 to go, 55 all. The turnaround jumper will go, and a timeout taken by Coach Robert Moore of Columbus State. Now we've got a game. Columbus State 57, North Georgia 55. Back in a moment. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network. Things have snugged up quite a bit here. Nighthawks were able to tie it a minute ago. Down 2 now with the ball. Shedenhelm will bring it up. Guarded by Ubo. Now to AJ. 4:44 left. Champion to Shedenhelm, to Jones, top of the key. AJ right side. Back to Frank. Shot clock at 8. Ball to Hunter now with 5, 4. Jones with 2. He's got to shoot. It's up. It is no good. Columbus State with the ball up by 2. 4:14 left. The drive, the left-handed shot is good for Jelani James.
That's a grown man move right there.
Yep.
Hadn't been tied since 0-0. Finally able to tie it, and then the Cougars answer with a quick 4-0 run of their own.
Jones to Shedenhelm. To Billups. Over the top, intended for Champion, knocked away. And saved. Columbus has it. 3:33 left. Be nice to have a defensive stop right here.
I need another one.
Roman Sun. Shot clock at 10. Ubo. Shot just away, no good. Rebound Jones. Down 4 with the ball, Nighthawks. 3:03 left. Love to have a bucket right here. Champion right side. Ball tipped, but Billups corrals it. Shot clock at 10. Billups drives, fakes, shoots, blocked. And Columbus State again comes out of there with it. Roman Sun. 2:20. Ubo. Jelani James, 3 is short. Rebound Billups. Need a bucket, guys. Need a bucket.
Greg Billups is near impossible to get around on the dribble.
AJ, the lob. Oh, it's a shot. And good. Just a little floater.
My man is not afraid of the moment. That's a tough shoulder, a tough shot, a floater from the baseline angle.
Looked like it was going to be a lob to the net. It was a lob that went through the net. 3 no good. Chance to tie or take the lead. 59-57, 90 seconds left.
We've never led this whole game. Right now would be a good time to at least square it up for just the second time.
AJ, 15 points on the day, looks for 2 more. This one no good. Got to have a stop here. 1:01 left. Out of control, ball is loose. Time called, and Adderton to his feet.
Lower body contact there on that play. Knee to knee, hit the hip.
That ain't fun.
There's a lot going on down there.
And that is some kind of pain when you hit the knees. We're going to keep it right here. 57.6. It is a 2-point lead for Columbus State. To your point a moment ago, Nighthawks have never led. Tied it at 55. A lot of basketball left. What has to happen for the Nighthawks to have a chance?
We need to get some free throws out of this possession.
Yep.
What needs to happen. So last 2 possessions, we've taken some tough twos. Greg Billups liked his matchup, kind of played a guard down under the rim. Columbus State did a good job of collapsing and blocking and altering the shot, helping the mismatch. And then the last possession, we had a no-pass offensive possession. The ball was in AJ's hands, which is where we want it for the bulk of the time, but it was in AJ's hands, a no-pass pull-up that it kind of hit the side of the rim. We didn't really have even people in offensive rebounding position. So I'm not sure that we will choreograph what shot we want. I'm not sure he's on the grease board saying this, and this. But I'm pretty sure that he's going to want to see a ball reversal and then an attack. That's kind of the takeaway. Ball reversal and attack.
Okay.
And then players can make plays in that space, or we can draw the foul and get to the free throw line.
All right, here we go. Down 2, 57 seconds left. AJ with the ball. Nighthawks can tie it or take the lead. Bastianoni to Caden to AJ. Champion down the lane. Shot is up. And a whistle. I think we got bailed out there.
Was the foul? Oh yeah. I thought it was a travel.
.1 left.
And the clock has got, so regardless, Frank's going to knock these down, but regardless, we'll get the ball back.
Right. 1 point game. Billups in for Shedenhelm. This to tie it. And it's good. 59 all.
The third tie of the game.
Jones in for Champion. Here we go.
Let's see if the Cougar men will do the same thing out of the timeout that the women did, although they don't own the last possession.
Right. With that quick.
Yeah, to be honest, it's not similar. It's not the same situation.
Right. A difference of 9 seconds.
Yeah, and they don't strike me as either trying to get something drawn up on the grease board exactly what they want. Some coaches will choreograph every movement, every catch, and have 2 sets to come out of the timeout. A set if we see a defense, normally man, or a set if we see zone defense, which I don't expect to see zone, definitely from North Georgia, but really from anybody in a situation like this. So I think that there's just kind of, this is the position that we want to be in, and right now is when coaches want players to make plays.
Tied at 59, 30 seconds left. Ball blocked, shot blocked by Jones. Nighthawks can take the last shot. Timeout, Coach Dan Evans.
They did the same thing the women did. So the women had ownership of the last, now it worked out great for the women, but their women had ownership of the last possession. They came out, made one pass, and then took off at the rim.
Drove for the bucket.
They must have liked the matchup.
Right.
And said that if player A is guarded by player Z, we want to attack it. That's the only thing I can think of, is that they were in love with the matchup, but we're so good in help defense.
And you saw it right there.
Connected defense. That was not the hand of the on-ball defender that caused that. That was the help of the, hey, teammate, I got your back.
Right.
And so I just would have liked, or I would have expected to seen a little bit more of the time burnt, number one.
Right.
But a couple of passes just to make our defense have to turn inside out once or twice before having to defend.
Now, with 22 seconds left, 22.1. How deep do the Nighthawks go before they look
I'm
for that shot?
I'm not guessing anymore because I'm like 0 for 7 today. But I would say the numbers say you wait till about the 7-second mark, the 6-second mark.
To get a rebound if it,
or then, well, before you attack.
Right.
It's probably going to involve a ball screen for A.J. White to some degree. We do have one timeout left, so it might, what we might see is one thing. And if we don't get exactly what we wanted, we might burn another one here.
Clock rolls. 12 seconds left to Giancarlo. Over the top, intended for Champion, out of bounds, and goodness gracious. Now, the shoe is back on the other foot. Oh, my goodness.
It's the same thing that Columbus did.
Wow.
Now we just need a stop.
Still tied, but the Cougars now can take the last shot. Ubo, and a foul by AJ. That's only the 4th team foul.
We got another one we can give.
Right.
And it looks like we're going to try it. If they put it down, if we're going to do this, number one, I know we've practiced it, but if Columbus State dribbles the basketball, we got to foul immediately.
Billups to guard the inbound. Comes in with 3, 2, 1. Off balance shot. We're going to overtime.
I'll take it.
Yep.
I'll take it after being down 19, after being down 22-5, after watching them make 5 of their first 7 shots, after being down 10 at halftime, after not leading this entire game
ever.
I'll take overtime.
Thank you very much. We'll take a break. Be back with OT right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Free basketball today in Dahlonega, 59-59. And if you look at how things have gone for the Cougars in overtime this year, they've lost 2 of the 3 times they've gone to extra.
They've got some experience playing the extra 5 minutes.
Yep. They went to quadruple overtime against USC Beaufort. All right. It will be Jelani James. And jumping against Giancarlo. And here we go in overtime, and it'll be the Cougars who get the first crack at it in overtime. Shot clock at 15, 4:44 left in OT. Ubo. Now Jelani James, three-pointer, well short, rebound. Champion knocked away, and a bucket for Ubo. Doggone it.
Nice hands there. Frank had got the defensive stop, but just pesky guards. That's how you want your guards to play.
Giancarlo inside, hook shot. We're tied again. You know, it would be nice to get in front of these guys.
The ties are coming all we want now. We want to get a lead, which we haven't touched all day today. 4 ties now. I don't know if that counts the tip-off or not.
Inside, another layup. 63-61. 3:45 left in overtime. Giancarlo. Now Billups, double team. Oh, goodness, and it's going to be a turnover. .330. Jones in for Champion. And that where it went out of bounds, it gives the Cougars the ball underneath their own goal. Ubo. Shot clock at 8. The drive. Oh, and a nice block.
Who blocked it?
I don't know if it was Hunter.
So many people at the rim there.
Jones. Shedenhelm drives in traffic. No good, but a foul. Hunter settles in. That one just off the mark.
First time he shot free throws in like 2 months.
Yeah, he's now 1 of 3 on the year.
Oh, it's not like he was shooting a lot of them before he got hurt.
1 of 2 there. And it's 63-62. Caden Charles in for Hunter. So you've got Jones, Charles, White, Billups, and Bastianoni. Wisdom Ubo gets rid of it, gets it back. Shot clock at 12. Cougars by 1, 2:40 to go. Ubo, a circus shot will go.
Wow. It's a big time finish there. Great shot challenge by Eric Jones, or it might have been Greg, but.
Tough pass to Bastianoni. Giancarlo gets it back to Billups for the tie. No good. Jones out to Charles. Caden will try for the tie. No good. Two minutes, 2 seconds left. The drive and another bucket. I'll tell you, the Cougars in overtime have gotten to the rim.
Yeah, they have gotten to the rim. They like a matchup, and then they go get it.
And now a 5-point lead with 1:51 to go. And Nighthawks in a tough spot yet again. "30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Nighthawks have been outscored in overtime 8-3. And I'm not sure that anything has been outside of 5 feet for the Cougars.
No, it's been a hard dribble attack at the rim.
All right, here we go. 1:51 left. Nighthawks down 5. Looping pass to Caden Charles. And back to AJ. Oh, to travel. Need to stop in a big sort of way. Wisdom Ubo. Shot clock at 12. 1:18 to go. Now with 5, 4. Lost the handle. Nighthawks come up with it. Oh, and nearly turn it over immediately.
All right, this is pretty close to must need a basket possession here.
Yeah.
Or we're going to get put into a need to foul situation.
Yep. Shedenhelm. The lob to Champion. Back to Hunter. Open 3, left side. Good! 2-point ball game, 55 seconds to go.
Good no timeout there by Coach Evans. I need that later.
Ubo with the ball. Cougars up by 2.
Allows us to just guard here.
Shot clock at 10. Game clock 35. Ubo with 7. James might have traveled, and he did. Again, the Nighthawks can tie or take the lead. And a timeout taken by Columbus State. 30-second, keep it right here. What an unusual ball game today.
Yeah, it's like all 4 teams that have been here today kind of are carrying a refuse to lose mentality.
Yeah.
And Columbus State, the underdog men here, come in here, throw the first punch, hang on, get us into overtime, stretch it out, and are almost dang near one stop away from being able to ice the game with fouls.
Yeah.
But then it's the North Georgia refusal to not win. And so then a big 3 from Hunter Shedenhelm and a couple of stops here, forced turnovers. It'll be interesting to see what shot we take, but it just needs to be a comfortable shot. Nobody needs to be the hero. There's plenty of time. I trust our defense, too, that if we can attack and get a 2, I trust our defense.
There is just a split-second difference in the shot clock and the game clock. 22, 21, 20 to play. AJ. Nighthawks down by 2. Shedenhelm drives, shoots. We're tied. 13 seconds to go.
I said it, I trust our defense.
30-second timeout by Coach Evans.
Hunter Shedenhelm is playing like he owes somebody something.
Yeah, now with 11 on the day.
This is going to be interesting here. I would not, I mean,
I didn't
you know what I'm about
ask.
to say? I would guard them the minute they touch it because they are liable to just shoot it before with 10 seconds left. It's happened 3 times tonight. And so don't ease up and try to defend the ball screen late.
I didn't have the heart to ask again.
You better go where they got to go the length of the floor.
Right.
So
13.4.
No fouls to give this time.
All right, here we go. Ubo. 10, 9, and Charles fouls with 8.3.
Yeah, we do have fouls to give, I guess.
So that was the last one they had to give. 8.3 left now. Inbound to James in the hands of Ubo. Wisdom with the ball. Tied at 67. Down the lane. Shot blocked. Oh, my. And a foul called with 2.3 seconds. And Coach Evans bent over with hands on knees. Ubo, an 87% free throw shooter. First one good, 68-67. And no timeout. Second coming for Ubo. It is no good. Frank Champion, the heave from three-quarter court is off the mark, and Columbus State has come into Dahlonega and knocked off the 6th-ranked Nighthawks of North Georgia 68-67.
Overtime basketball, man, that is everything becomes just scrutinized, and every play there seemed to just go Columbus State's way late. Congrats to the Cougars. Nice game plan coming in. The zone took us a while to figure out, but that's a first loss of the season here for North Georgia here at home. And so that's got to tip the cap to the Cougars for closing the Peace Belt Conference race.
We will be back with you on Valentine's Day night as the Nighthawks play host to Lander. Women at 5:30, men at 7:30. A tough day here for the Nighthawks on both ends of this doubleheader. On behalf of Lee Glenn and the Nighthawk Sports Network staff, I'm Craig Corbin saying again your final score in overtime, Columbus State 68, North Georgia 67. Good night from Dahlonega.